Do you think you're luck you're being fat makes you like is actually an advantage in that situation? Because I have dealt with being fat a lot in my life. When I was like 13, I was pretty overweight until I was like 15, 16. Then I went to the gym like crazy and lost all the weight. And then again with 19, I gained a lot of weight, more than ever before, and was really, really fat for like, oh, pretty fat for like 2 years or something like that. And then I lost it again. But yeah, when you get rejected and you're like, when you know that you're overweight, then you're like, yeah, I just have to go to the fucking gym. Like, I just have to lose it and then it will all be fine. And then once you lose it, it's like you get a lot of confidence from compliments and also from seeing yourself in the mirror and liking you a lot. And that also boosts like your ego and but
well, I wouldn't know.
yeah.
I've been fat for like at least the fatness has been constant for me. I never had a period where I lost it. So like I wouldn't I've been fat since when I was 15, so it's probably like approaching 9 years now, which is not great, but it is what it is. Like yeah, like um not that fat at first, but it grows, you know, like whatever. And currently, like yeah, like if I lost it, it might give me confidence. I don't know. But I can't judge it without doing it, you know. So I can say, oh yeah, if I lost my weight, that would give me a benefit. That would give me like not. It probably would give me a benefit in looks, but like I don't know if that would be a advantage in that. Oh yeah, I could definitely get confidence if I lost my weight. I don't know, but I hope so. That
I mean,
might.
it won't solve all your problems, obviously. Like,
Of course.
I realized after I lost weight, I realized that that I had like psychological problems that would even leading me to being fat. Like, so and then where I started like smoking like crazy and drinking more than I should and stuff like that. So it doesn't fix your whole life, but it can give you a small boost, and you can learn a lot about yourself when you start losing weight. So I can only recommend it. But I think that already disqualifies you. I think there is like in the incel community, you would be like called a fat cell, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
so so
I'm not in the community. You know
yeah,
more than me,
I
actually.
probably I do because I'm like recently just starting to research on all of these things. But yeah, so there is, I think, this thing in the incel community that a certain fringe group is like not even accepting fat incels as incels because they say that's not the real issue. They just have something they just have to get rid of and then they're good to go. And the
Yeah, that
whole
I think that definitely qualifies me. Like that is a correct assessment of my condition. Then yeah, like I wouldn't lie and say, oh no, yeah, the other incel guy. I am totally not as you describe. I'm definitely never gonna fix this or whatever. I wouldn't have that attitude. I think it's at least even if it is even if I can't fix it at some point, which I don't believe I won't be. Like I think I will be able to fix it at some point, but um even if I couldn't, that would be on me. I don't think like this description of like as someone who is completely hopeless would apply me on me because it just seems like a incapacity on my end, not a condition that is thrust upon me, which I think a lot of incels feel like.
what nonetheless, like that's like this distinction that we made there is like something that inside the community is being done. Do you feel like this distinction is also being done by the rest of the world, by the outside?
What distinction exactly?
This distinction between having a concrete condition to point to, like weight,
Oh,
and like this two category involuntary celibacy. I don't think in the social context, like I don't think in mainstream media we do that. We make this distinction, or do you think there is a distinction being made?
I don't know. Yeah, they might not. I don't follow it too closely to say, but I think yeah, I would assume that there is no such distinction people make, but there might be a major distinction. Although I'm curious on this, right? So let's consider someone who is ugly versus someone who is fat. I don't consider myself in the ugly category, right? But let's consider someone who's ugly and short, right? Like whatever. That seems to be another thing. I'm like average, I think, whatever, in height. In If that person who is short and ugly got jacked, right? Very, very, like, really, they went to gym a ton and they started wearing great clothes. I'm not saying that it would immediately fix their problems, but I don't know how which extent that would be hopeless, right? Like even in that given scenario of someone who is ugly, right? So it might just require more effort on their part than on my part as a fat person. Like it seems like the threshold is higher for them than for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I don't know.
For a lot of incels, not even the threshold would be higher. It would be impossible, basically. Like I'm pretty short.
I'm not sure if that would be the case though. Like a
Me
lot of people
neither.
who I think
Yeah.
a ton of people who I think would consider themselves incel because thinking that their situation is impossible. I am not so sure if it is impossible. Although I would definitely grant it's hard, and maybe like definitely harder than me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think like there is for probably 95% the situation is not impossible at all and fixable.